Hello, and welcome to this module where we are going to discuss the new age web terminology. So, the terminology we are going to discuss in this session are responsiveness, cross browser, cross platform, retina ready, HTML5, CSS3, and SEO ready. Let's start with responsiveness. So responsiveness, the term mainly arose because now we have a lot of devices with us, ranging from desktops to laptops to mobile phones to tablets to something new also called phablets. So there are like several thousands or several 10,000s of devices nowadays. And web design now needs to be fluid enough. So the screen size in a mobile phone is different, the screen size in a tablet is different, the screen size in a laptop is different. So responsive web design is an approach to web design aimed at crafting sites to provide an optimal viewing experience, easy reading and navigation with a minimum of resizing, panning and scrolling across a wide range of devices from desktop computer monitors to mobile phones. So it's also referred by adaptive web design, fluid web design, elastic web design, etc. So let me just show a website, certain website, which is fluid. So now you see this layout looks very nice on a desktop. So let me resize it so that like now I keep resizing it. Now you see the menu underwent a change. So here, if you see, the menu was situated at the top. Now as I shrink the browser size, what happens is the menu gets restructured. So this is typically the view for an iPad. So let me shrink it further. Now if you see, the menu came to something like this. So this menu is suited for mobile phones. This is what is exactly called as responsive web design. Now this has become a very must or essential feature in latest websites. So the next terminology is cross-browser compatibility. So now again, as we move on with time, there are numerous browsers available, starting from Internet Explorer to Chrome to Firefox till there are numerous other web browsers nowadays which are used. So even Microsoft has launched Project Spartan as part of the latest Windows 10 operating system. So all these browsers, the browser is actually the main engine which actually renders the HTML and CSS into whatever visually displaying website that you see on screen. So each browser interprets HTML in slightly different ways. So cross-browser compatibility is when you code your website in such a way that it displays properly in all major browsers, maybe Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, etc. So now, just to indicate the complexity of this, there are now more than 100 popularly used browsers today. And it's a web designer's responsibility to make sure the website displays properly in most of the browsers. The next one is a closely related term, which is cross-platform compatibility. So now again, the platforms are very numerous. So now the platforms, if you see on the desktop, there is Linux, there is Windows, there is Mac, and there are multiple other operating systems. Even now the Chrome Web OS, and there are a lot of emerging operating systems as well. Similarly, when you come to the mobile phone, so there is iOS, there is Android, there is Windows OS, and there are a lot of forked OSs which are coming to the mobile phones. So with the advent of these multiple devices, so the number of platforms also increase. For example, Chrome on Windows and Chrome on Android are considered to be two different platforms altogether. So the website has to display properly on different combinations of different platforms. So this is essentially called cross-platform compatibility. Retina ready. So Retina ready is a terminology which was coined by Apple with the advent of the iPhone 4. So the display size of the iPhone is 3.5 inches at a resolution of 960 into 640 pixels. At this resolution, at an optimal viewing distance, the human eye struggles to distinguish individual pixels, which means like the human eye will see it as a complete whole image. It won't be able to see any pixel which is associated with that image. So these kind of images are called retina ready images. So now most of the websites now claim to be retina ready, in the sense you won't, whatever images are being used on the site, your eye won't be able to distinguish the individual pixels, thus making the website a retina ready website. HTML5 and CSS3. So these are terminologies which most of, at least the latest WordPress themes claim to be coded in HTML5 and CSS3. So HTML5 is a core technology markup language of the internet used for structuring and presenting content for the World Wide Web. As of October 2014, so HTML5 was the final and complete revision of the HTML standard. So the previous version, HTML4, was standardized in 1997. So which means it's taken around 18 years for the next revision to be now standardized. CSS3 again is the latest evolution of the cascading style sheets language, and it extends CSS 2.1. It brings a lot of technical changes into the system, and HTML5 and CSS3 have become now like the latest web standards for the front end. SEO ready. So search engine optimization is the process of improving the visibility of a website or a web page in search engines via the natural or unpaid, which is organic search results. So if you see a website coming up in when you search for, say, best restaurant in Atlanta, and you see a particular website coming in the first page, it's not automatic. There is a lot of background work which goes on to get that working. So a lot of websites now claim to be SEO ready. So what are SEO ready websites? So SEO ready websites actually offer a nice admin panel where you can enter the keywords and other things which make your website display in Google search. For example, some of the themes or some of the theme engines offer Google Analytics and other integrations in the theme itself. So all these improve the SEO rating for the website. So nowadays, to a business, any size or any type, website is ultimately an investment. So not having your business website SEO ready will result in a complete waste of time and money. It's like building a restaurant in the middle of nowhere or printing flyers that will never be mailed. So I think with this session now, you understand the basics, the terminologies which are used in the modern era website development.